to expand vaccine storage capacity at the national level in Nigeria. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Abuja Hub, Minister of Health Osage Hanure said Nigeria needs sufficient storage space for vaccines and injection materials for efficient implementation of immunization programs. The minister added that the supply chain challenges highlighted by the COVID-19 vaccination effort also underline the need for massive expansion of storage space, which will confer a measure of resilience in the system. He confirmed that work has commenced on the construction of Lagos Hub, with the World Bank supporting the oversight of the process. The National Assembly will today meet with the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NERD. The invitation came against the backdrop of NERD's 5-day nationwide warning strike, which entered day 3 today. Resident doctors across 79 tertiary health facilities embarked on the strike to press home their demands, including an immediate increment in the consolidated medical salary structure to the tune of 200% of the current gross salaries of doctors. The president of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Emeka Oji, confirmed the invitation but said outside the invitation there has not been any negotiation since Monday that the National Executive Council had an extraordinary session and declared the industrial action. The National Museum Akure has joined the rest of the globe in commemorating this year's International Museum Day held on the 18th of May every year. The day provides the opportunity for museum professionals to raise public awareness on the role museums play in the development of society. Joy Pius reports that the theme for this year's celebration is Museums, Sustainable Development and Well-being.
National Museum Day is celebrated annually on May 18th to raise awareness about the importance of museums in our society. The day further highlights the role of museums as cultural and educational institutions that preserve and promote art, history, culture, and heritage. The National Museum Akure, as a way of celebrating the day, brought together major stakeholders in the state, as well as students from various schools in Ondo State. The Assistant Director, Educational Services and Training, who doubled as the chairperson on the occasion, Mrs. Janet Adegboye, highlighted the role of the museum in shaping the society, while noting the positive contribution it has on peaceful coexistence.
I stand here today to challenge everyone for sustainable and healthy museum in the 21st century. In the modern day time, it is the institution for research, teaching, exhibition, exposition, and conservation in one or more field of human activities, such as arts, science, history, or industry. In addition, it is an institution which serves these 3 main functions of collecting, preservation, and presentation of objects, nature specimens, and culture.
The Director General, National Commission for Museums and Monuments, Professor Abba Tijani, represented by the Curator, National Museum Akure, Joseph Adeyemo, stated that the commission is saddled with the responsibility of protecting and promoting the nation's heritage resources while urging Nigerians to be proud of their culture.
Museums are key contributors to the well-being and sustainable development of our communities. The growing body of evidence shows that museums can bring benefits to individual and community health and well-being in their roles as public forums for debate and learning.
To showcase love for tradition, the officials displayed their traditional hairdo to the admiration of the audience. As a way of promoting the Yoruba cultural heritage, students who graced the occasion thrilled the audience with their display of traditional marriage and coronation of monarchs in Yoruba land. There were also cultural display from various schools in the state, including the Ondo State School for the Hearing Impaired. For the students, it was an opportunity to showcase what they represent.
I'm so happy today because today is the International Museum Day. So I'm so happy because it showcases about our culture.
I've learned in Yoruba culture how to dress, how to make.
The event also featured art exhibition as well as presentation of certificates of participation to invited schools. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board (JAM) has remitted 2 billion naira as its interim surplus for the 2023 operating year to the federal government. According to the examination body, more funds will be remitted as its operations for the year are completed. JAM spokesman Fabian Benjamin said the remittance was in furtherance of the pledge by the registrar, Professor Ishakulede, on an assumption of duty. JAM would leverage technology and discipline to manage the affairs of the board. Since assuming office, the Oleye-led management had remitted over 55 billion naira to the federal government coffers. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA) says Nigeria was lagging in maritime tourism compared to other global economies. It therefore called for collaboration between the tourism and maritime sectors in Nigeria. Director General of NIMASA, Bashir Jamo, said this at the 6th National Tourism Transportation Summit and Expo in Abuja. Dr. Jamal stated that with the enormous resources inherent in the maritime sector, the tourism industry will be an easy and low-hanging fruit for Nigeria's economic development agenda. He added that like other economic sectors, small and medium-scale businesses could generate a number of jobs and other economic benefits associated with the tourism sector. In Anambra State, the police command says it has arrested 2 suspects in connection with Tuesday's attack on a convoy of U.S. consulate officials along the Atani Osamela Road in Agbaru, local Anambra State, to find and rescue 2 other officials of the consulate. And as the developing stories at the Simon on Osrc television, do join us at 12 for World News. Good morning.